Welcome to the Paul Mirage School of Business 2020 commencement. It's my honor as Dean to address you, our distinguished group of graduates, as your friends, faculty, and family come together to celebrate this special milestone in your lives. Congratulations to each of you, and congratulations to all who sacrificed and supported you on this journey. I really wish we could spend this day together in person, but that obviously is not possible due to the current circumstances. After nearly 2 decades as a dean, I never imagined that my final commencement would take place virtually. I'm sure you never imagined the culmination of your time at UCI would end this way either. But here we are, and that's because of a larger purpose. We are trying to achieve something together, not just as a community here in Orange County, but as a global community. You, graduates, will go on to leadership positions in myriad sectors across our nation, state, and world. You represent innovators, current and future business founders, change makers, and thoughtful leaders. We are proud to call each of you anteaters, now and always. Here at the Mirage School, we're known for innovation, and we've really had to lean into our reputation for digitally driven leadership in recent weeks. In a matter of days, our faculty and support team seamlessly transitioned to virtual learning across all of our programs, making our world-class business education accessible to students all around the globe. With our creativity, technical expertise, and a lot of hard work, together, we're facing the most uniquely challenging period in the Mirage School's history. While we applaud our staff and faculty and greater Mirage community for making this transition possible, the most significant praise goes to you, our students, and now our graduates. During these difficult circumstances, you all came together and you supported each other, and you showed us how anteaters respond in the face of adversity. We don't back down, we don't give up, we work together, we fight, and ultimately we thrive. This class has embodied the essence of what it means to be a contemporary leader in our school and in our communities. Graduates, you have inspired us, selflessly led us, and taught us how business goes far beyond profitability. Through countless events, numerous service projects, and intentional conversations, you have reminded us that the most important thing in business, and in life for that matter, is of course our relationships. I'm not only proud of how you represent us as business leaders, I'm proud of the people that you are. As a marketing professor, I always care about how data informs our ability to serve the customer. So, class of 2020, let's talk a few stats. First, 60% of you have connected with the school to talk about postgraduate leadership roles and ways to make an impact on those succeeding you. The class of 2020 is one of connection. Second, 70% of you will be taking on new professional roles. That's an impressive stat considering the job market that we are entering. And given the circumstances, your new roles will look very different than many of you expected. But you have the attitude and the tools necessary to face these new challenges. The class of 2020 is indeed one of growth and innovation. Third, 95% of you participated in a Mirage community event during your time on campus, further emphasizing your investment in our community. The class of 2020 is one of participation. Albert Schweitzer said, "You must give some time to your fellow man. Even if it's a little thing, do something for others, something for which you get no pay but the privilege of doing it." I believe he was right, and many of you have shown that you believe this as well. Perhaps what I'm most proud of is your servant leadership. Many of you have spearheaded projects related to supporting those affected by COVID-19. You've sacrificed time, energy, and in some cases, your own well-being to serve others. The class of 2020 is one of selflessness. I hope you continue to appreciate that spirit of caring and giving I've seen demonstrated by many of you as students here in the Mirage School and as business people in our communities, both locally and globally. Never forget this spirit as you travel through your professional and personal lives. Sometimes these opportunities serve our business needs. Other times they simply serve human needs. Both are important as we consider the world we live in and the world we want future generations to inherit. I encourage you to figure out where and how you can continue to serve others, and then do so with the passion you brought to your time here in the Mirage School. Well, to wrap things up, I'll leave you with something my mother used to say to me. She said, "Eric, be nice, it matters." You represent the best that society has to offer, but your accomplishments in academia and in the world of business do not entirely define you. You will also be remembered here in the Mirage School because of your acts of kindness, selflessness, and thoughtfulness. As you step into this next phase of your life, continue to be nice. It will serve you well. Class of 2020, today is your day. You represent one of the most impressive classes in the history of the Paul Mirage School of Business. On behalf of our community, I thank you for the leadership that you have shown and will continue to show as you impact the world around you. Now more than ever, the world needs leaders like you. Congratulations, Class of 2020.
Hello everyone, and welcome. Even in the best of times, earning a PhD is challenging and hard work, but at the same time can be very rewarding as you master new ideas and concepts and apply them in your research. However, these past few months have, for many of us, increased the challenges of working and for you PhD students earning your PhD. Of course, if you're an introvert and like working from home, maybe the last few months have not been so difficult, but for many of us, it has been challenging. I hope everyone is staying safe and socially connected though with your classmates, your friends and families. And if you are facing special challenges related to your PhD studies, please do not hesitate to reach out to your advisor, faculty, Noel or myself. You are not alone in these times. Now at the banquet, we normally have a few drinks and dinner, but obviously that's not happening this year. But we also, as faculty director of the program, I also have the pleasure and the opportunity to read out various awards and accomplishments and achievements that the PhDs have achieved during this past academic year. So the first award is for our summer paper submissions and presentations. Basically, this is awarded to students in their first year who prepared a research paper in their first year summer and basically presented it to faculty in the fall quarter, no later than the fall quarter of their second year. So congrats to the following individuals: Jimin Lee in Organisation and Management, Florencio Portocarrero in Organisation and Management, Wenyi Wang in Finance, Amy Williams in Operations and Decision Tech, Tony Shah in Accounting, and Il Sun Yu in Accounting. We also recognise those students at the end of their second year who achieve high pass on their field exam. This year I'd like to congratulate Shafan Ning in Accounting for earning a high pass on the field exam. This is no easy thing to do. Also, the next award, Successful Advancement to Candidacy. We recognise those that have advanced, done their oral exam and have got approval for their thesis topic. So we award a fellowship to those students who at the time were third year students and successfully advanced by no later than summer of their third year. So the two I want to congratulate are Moshtiba Hassani in Operations and Decision Technologies and Hee-Jin Kim in Organisation and Management. Another award that third and fourth year students are eligible for is the Ray Watson Fellowship. This year we had many good applications and it was no easy task to select the winners. We awarded 4 recipients of the Ray Watson Fellowship. Each of these had an R&R at a journal in the Financial Times 50. So that's the set of journals that the school, Mirage School, values highly and basically wants faculty to publish in these top 50 journals. So John Kim in Strategy, Shafan Ing in Accounting. Actually, he has a conditional acceptance. His paper's beyond the R&R, it's conditionally accepted. And Shuman Sinha in Strategy and Lily Zhu in Organisation and Management. And as I said, the award this year was very difficult among all the applications. So there were 2 honourable mentions Nia North in marketing, and again Mashiba Hassani in operations and decision technologies. We also have the Wayne Bean Fellowship that's open to all PhD students. This is a fellowship in the amount of $2,000 to students who presented a competitively accepted single-authored paper at a major scholarly conference, or whose paper was accepted at a journal on the Financial Times 50 list. The paper accepted at the journal can be co-authored with other faculty. So this monetary award fellowship is to recognise doctoral students for their outstanding research collaborations and endeavours. And we thank Wayne Bian in ODT, a PhD alumnus, for his generous gift to our PhD program for this award. So the awardees this year were Albert Ahn in strategy, Florencio Portocarrero in organisation and management, and Yu Shui Shi in finance. Congratulations. And more recently, we just heard that Shizha Wu was voted by the FEMBA class of the 20B FEMBA hybrid cohort for outstanding TA award. So Shizha Wu was voted outstanding TA by the FEMBA class. Congratulations, Shizha. I also want to thank Sylvia Gayo and Xuan Shi for representing the student body and working closely with the PhD program office to ensure that the needs of you students were met. Sylvia was PhD student president and Xuan Shi was the social chair. And it goes without saying, and I do this each year at the banquet, giving my heartfelt thanks to Noelle Negri, Associate Director of the PhD program. Every student interacts with Noelle, and Noelle handles all the paperwork, answers lots of questions about UC requirements, and so without her, I'm not sure what I'd be doing as faculty director, but certainly she's key to the successful running and smooth running of the PhD program. And now my last task in this video is to congratulate the graduates who have successfully completed their PhD. All the students know how much it takes and how much hard work is involved, but if anyone that's not, if any families and friends are watching, PhD program takes 4 to 5, 6 years, 2 years of coursework, field exam, then working on your thesis and multiple papers. So it's not, and this thesis isn't a 10-page, summary of some issue or anything like that. It's a lot of work, and most of our graduates will take jobs at academic institutions. This year we have 13 graduates, a large number compared to prior years, but we increased the size of the program 5-6 years ago, and so very pleased this year we have 13 graduates. I'll read out their names, their dissertation paper title, and their chairs. I'll read them alphabetical order. Albert Ahn, dissertation paper title, Activist Hedge Fund Board Representation and its Impact on Corporate Strategy. Chair, Marguerite Wiersema. Our second graduate, Ali Ismaili, how support groups can benefit from online environments. Ali's chair were co-chairs Robin Keller and Connie Peckman. Third graduate, Sylvia Gao, evolution of consumer preferences on digital platforms, implications on search, product and pricing strategies. Her co-chairs, Imran Karam and Sanjeev Dewan. Fourth graduate, Ha-Young Koo, the behavioural perspective of hedge fund activism. Her chair, Marguerite Wiersema. Our fifth graduate, Shengjun Mayo, search, consumption and monetization in app economy analytics. Chair, Sanjeev Dewan. Our sixth graduate, Haiwan Park. Essays on the effects of social identity on market outcomes, competition and reciprocity. Analytical and experimental investigations. Chair, Rajiv Tyaji. Our seventh graduate, Anwida Prompiji. Consumer online search behaviour and empirical analysis. Chair, Vijay Gurbazani. Eighth graduate, Punit Sharma. The impact of cognitive factors on intra and interfirm innovation. Chair, Marguerite Riasima. Our ninth graduate, Chenshi Tian. Applications of machine learning and reinforcement learning in investment and trading. Chair, Cheng Zun. Tenth graduate, Arun Venkat. The spillover effects of bank taxes on corporate investment. Chair, myself, Terry Shevlin. Our 11th graduate, Mariella Zavala. Disruptive Marketplaces, a framework and investigation of the role of place in the disruption of social norms. Chairs, Tonya Bradford and Aladi Venkatesh. And our final, but not the least, graduate, Yu-Ching Chu. The Value of Being First, Evidence from Mutual Fund Flows. Chair, Christopher Schwartz. Now, normally at this time, I say please join me in congratulating the graduates, but do join me in congratulating the graduates. As I said, it's a lot of work to obtain and earn a PhD. In conclusion, congratulations to all the award winners, congratulations to the graduates, and I wish all the graduates all the best in their future endeavours, and don't forget Mirage, and don't forget your advisors. Thank you and best wishes, and stay safe and healthy.
Hello everyone. Hopefully you are staying safe and healthy over the spring quarter with your family. I'm so sorry that this time we cannot gather together physically and celebrate the achievement of our PhD program over a nice dinner. Instead, we decided to do this virtual video. I am Sylvia, President of the PhD Office, 6-year PhD student in marketing. I'm very happy that this year I'm graduating along with the other 7 PhD students. I'm also very happy that this quarter I don't have to work on the cubicle allocation anymore, since we are all working at home. Everyone here knows me as Sylvia, but actually my Chinese name is Gao Xiaoyi. The Chinese given name started with Xiao, X-I-A-O, here. Very common in China for female and male. The reason is that Xiao means young, small, and little. Combined with another Chinese character, it is very adorable. You could be a little road, a little river, or a little ocean. Several of our PhD students share this type of Chinese given names. Among hundreds of thousands of Chinese doctors, nurses, patients, social workers, delivermen, and volunteers that fighting with coronavirus pandemic, I'm sure a lot of them share this given name. Under this circumstance, it is so true that we are all very small. Salute to the heroes all over the world. As I am finishing my education and moving on to be an educator instead, these days I'm thinking about the meaning of education. I entered elementary school 1 year early and jumped 2 grades. I was 9 years old when I stepped into middle high school. At that time, I thought I could enter the college at 15 and earn my PhD degree at 23. However, none of this came true. I'm way behind my schedule, but it is okay. I enjoyed my own education very much. First, it happens to all of us that we have learned knowledge we are fascinated with and curious about. We have found a specific area we have strength in and a passion with, and we have started to contribute to the knowledge space of that area and pass the skills to the younger generations. Secondly, my education changes my life path as a first-generation college student. For my undergraduate education, undergraduate study, I crossed the whole China from the northern city of Ice to southern island Xiamen. That was my first time to see flowers growing on trees. And these years, for the academic conference and job interviews, I have visited Harry Potter's Magic Dragon Alley in York, England. I had Turkish breakfast along the Strait of Bosphorus in Istanbul. I had oysters and white wine in front of Sydney Opera House. And right now I'm heading to Auckland, New Zealand to start my first job. Not mentioning, thanks to my PhD study, I have spent a wonderful 6 years in California. Education can bring in all these amazing things to me, to you, to every one of us. However, there are still other things that we have to think about but cannot be taught by or solved by education. For example, no textbook can teach us how to find toilet paper in this March. Maybe psychology and economics can explain why this TP recession happens. Game theory urges you to follow the crowd, thinks it is a Prince dilemma. However, Costco and Amazon just told you it is out of stock. What education cannot teach us, probably life will. Here I quote from Oscar Wilde: "Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught." Here I would like to thank my supervisors, Professor Imran Karim and Professor Sanjeev Diwan. They have helped me enormously to get this PhD degree real. I also would like to thank my parents. Standing here with a US PhD degree is not my biggest achievement. It is theirs. They empowered me with all the love and courage to go wherever I want and do whatever I want to achieve. Then, on behalf of the PhD office, I would like to thank our program director and associate dean, Professor Terry Chevelin, and our program associate, Noel Negret. They have supported us unyieldingly and protected us very well. On behalf of the PhD office, I also want to thank Xuan Xie for being a wonderful social chair this year. We had a party on the balcony early in October. We had a bowling night in late February. It was really fun. I would like to thank my dear PhD colleagues. Your support means so much to me. Thank you for electing me as the PhD officer for 3 years in a row. It is truly my honor. In the past 2 years, I have went through 5 rounds of job market in marketing and information systems. When I felt so stressed and desperate, your kindness and generosity really lifted up my spirit and touched my heart. Our finance PhD student Liu Qingzhou and Nan Xu would stay up late to wait for my message that yes, I have arrived at the airport or hotel safely, and yes, I'm back. Let's have dinner together. Thank you girls so much. As we speak, probably Yu Qing and her husband are very overwhelmed with their newborn baby boy. Overall, I think getting this PhD degree is not hard at all. I sincerely hope you guys can avoid the things I worried before and at the end do better than me. In the future, feel free to let me know if you need my help or any of my thoughts. Once I graduate, I can say whatever I want. Let me know if you want to visit the beautiful New Zealand. I'm happy to be the host. I'm Sylvia Gao from Harbin, China. Thank you and good luck.
Hi everyone, this is Shen. First of all, I would like to thank Noel for this opportunity giving a speech at our year-end dinner. And that also finally allowed me to dress up and standing like this, pretending you guys are sitting in front of me eating your dinner. And I'm sure you are enjoying your appetizer right now. And I would also encourage you to continue watching these videos because I am taking off my mask and standing in the public to do the speech because I really wanted to kind of show how important and how great to take care of self, take care of our well-being rather than staying at home all the time. This year I was very happy to serve as a social chair for our PhD program, and working with Sylvia is a blast. She has helped me a lot. She has guided me on a lot of stuff, a lot of things that I'm not familiar with, and I got a lot of help, special support from all of you. I see a lot of you coming to our fall quarter gathering where we got to meet amazing first-year students. And I would also like to give a round of applause for the first-year students who have started their program in a very special and interesting way. In the winter quarter, we had our bowling events, which I was very happy to see a lot of you, a great turnout, and we had quite fun that night. So in the spring quarter, what I was originally planned is to have a picnic, something like this, in somewhere nice in a park, and then maybe playing with dogs and inviting our families. But unfortunately, given this current situation, this is all you got. So you guys can just imagine being in the park for your picnic time. Okay, this is actually the part where I plan to introduce little puppy Maisley, but she has actually already made her appearance in the previous recordings. And I thought you guys might be tired of me speaking, so this is Maisley, and she wanted to say hi to everyone. And I'm gonna try to do some tricks and commands to see if she responds, and then hopefully give you guys some laughs. Maybe she won't respond. Okay. Sit. Maisley, sit. Maisley, sit. Well, she's laying down. Sit. Good. Well, by the position I'm standing right now, you probably figured that I wasn't successful getting her to do all the commands. You guys will just have to watch her going around and being curious about the world. I guess maybe she's camera shy. Hopefully you guys had a good laugh. Now you can go back and enjoy your main course. Just wanted to say that I wanted to thank you one more time for supporting me throughout the year, coming to all the events. And then hopefully you guys have a good rest of the quarter and a wonderful summer. Thank you. Sit. Sit. Hop. Good. Sit. Hop. Ooh. Sit. Hop. Ooh. Go. Come on. Come on. Good. Nicely. 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 Go. Come on. Oh. Don't know. Oh, where's the ball?
Albert On. Hei Young Koo. Hai Wan Park. Puneet Nath Sharma.
These 6 years have been an incredible journey full of immense learning and growth. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to my advisors who have mentored and guided me, and to my family who has supported me.
Mariela C. Zavala Trevino.
Hola, Mami. We did it! Thank you so much to my friends, family, mentors, my support network. I love you all so much. Mwah.
Well, that concludes our celebration, and all of you should take pride in your accomplishment. You've shown the spirit and drive to graduate from one of the world's top business schools at one of the world's top universities, and we take pride in you. The Mirage School was a second home to you, and we sincerely hope you come back and visit often. You're always welcome. Now go celebrate.